New South Wales Greens Senator Rhiannon is here with me now. Senator, welcome and thank you very much for making time on a very busy day. This is obviously unexpected.
Yes, very much so. We were planning a full day's meeting. We had our agenda papers in front of us and then Christine made the announcement. It was quite emotional and very moving.
All right, so Richard Di Natale, many people would say, who? I mean, in that instance, have you taken too much of a risk on a political novice?
Oh, look, I've known Richard for 15 years and very much looking forward to working with him on the critical issues. He outlined them today and we need to get our teeth into it. And it won't change enormously, but certainly with an election, possibly a double dissolution election in September, we need to get that focus, and that's what we're ready to start planning, particularly around progressive taxation, action on climate change, those critical issues we need to get onto.
You may have known him for 15 years, but what about the population here? I mean, you know, people like Scott Ludlam, for instance, Adam Bandt have a much bigger public profile, and as you say, there could be an election very soon.
But we have, it was the process that are in our rules and they were followed, and that was the outcome, and I respect that. But I also felt that today outlined why we need to have membership ballots where all the Greens members can vote who should be the leader. That actually happens in Canada, Britain, New Zealand, and I do believe that will happen in Australia sooner or later.
Are you fearful though, I mean, for instance, the Greens had a really bumper vote in the New South Wales election. Are you fearful that an unknown leader, I mean, he may not be unknown, but not as popular as others in the party, might be a risk for the Greens?
Look, I think when you look at how the Greens work, we work in a cooperative way. All our MPs assist each other. In the recent New South Wales state election, there was many of our MPs here working on the election campaign. And the critical thing for us, I think, is to be working in a collective way and working how we do work with members more effectively, because, as I said, we pride ourselves and we are a very democratic organisation. Members vote in pre-selection for candidates, have a huge say in policy, and I'm very interested in now getting back to looking at how members have a say to elect the leader of the party. Today, many people have contacted me, members who are very excited about it, appreciative of Christine, but at the same time feeling we're taking this big step and they would have liked to have had a say.
All right, just finally, will the new leadership team, and it is a team obviously, be more consultative, like a sort of Meg Lee's style of leadership in the Democrats under that GST argument, or is it going to be more a definite third-party force in the politics?
Do you mean with the wider public?
No, well, I mean particularly in consultations with the government over a controversial policy, for instance.
Oh, look, remember, we're always there, and we say regularly to the government, if they're willing to bring in legislation that works for the majority of people in Australia to make it a fairer country, addresses climate change, action on the environment, we're ready to work with them. But when you come to this Abbott government, and that's why this term, one-term Tony, is starting to resonate around the country, is that commitment isn't there. They are there to look after the corporate interests, and sadly we see that too often. So right. The Greens are always ready to talk, but you need to be talking to make this a fairer country.
Okay, Senator Rhiannon, thank you very much.